Hello everybody, I'm here to check in with you and just let you know how week one of the Ting Get Tone Challenge went for me. This is my third round doing one of Chloe Ting's challenges, and this one is totally focused all on strength training. And I'm so glad I decided to switch it up and do this Get Tone Challenge. I just completed my, I believe it's my third workout for week two of the Get Tone Challenge. And I thought I'd just drop in with you for a few moments and just share how week one went. And also to let you know my results from week one is in terms of the waist measurement, which, we're kind of keeping track of. It's the one thing we're keeping track of as we're going through this process. And then I check my total measurements at the end of each challenge and let you all know how much I was able to get moving off my body, how much I was able to, just release that excess weight I'm carrying. And I dropped another ½ inch off my waist this past week. So I feel really good about that. I feel like there's kind of an average so far of the weight that I shed with this challenge. I always usually see a ½ inch down the first week, usually another ½ inch the second week, and then the third week it seems like it just holds steady, and then the fourth week I usually drop another ½ inch. So on average I've been dropping about 1.5 inches off my waist with each round, which is really, it's a fantastic result. I'm happy about that. I am curious what happens with the strength training being thrown in. I did level it up, I have to admit. I've always loved strength training. I've lifted since I was in my teens. And I know I mentioned last week when I was starting and I did my opening video for this round of the challenge, that I was considering throwing in some heavy lifting on the leg training days, on the lower body training days. And I did that. I did that twice in my first week. I went out back after I did Chloe Ting's workout for the day and before I did my cool down, and I threw in deadlifts and squats with the Olympic bar. So I really bumped up the weight and just trained to failure. Now, I mean, that term may sound kind of strange, training to failure. Why would somebody want to train to failure? But, that's when you just really blast your muscles to the point where it's like, okay, I can't do another rep. That's it. I'm at my limit. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to have Ted in with me on these things anymore. He does this to me every time. He's wanting to go out back again, so excuse me. Come on, Ted. I swear, I think he does it on purpose. I think he does it just so he can have his little, moment in the video. I always ask him before we start, and then he chooses in the middle of the recording to jump in. And I'm not gonna stop now. We're in the flow, so we're gonna roll with it, right? I did that. I leveled up. I did the heavy training twice for the lower body on the lower body days, and I was really feeling it. I haven't had delayed onset muscle soreness like that in a while, but it was good. It was productive. It wasn't like, it wasn't a pushing it too hard type of pain. It was like, yes, I really I trained my muscles, and I'm definitely feeling the difference in my body this round, just in terms of that structural strength. I feel the way that it's shifting my body already, and I'm digging it. So I'm really excited for this round. It's kind of nice to switch things up. She does a lot of supersets, and just really, I know that there's sometimes people say they get fed up with the repetitiveness, but she's very accurate when it comes to strength training. You do want to target those muscles in a particular way and really work the muscle until it's like, okay, I can't do another rep of that. And it may feel redundant, but it's where you really start to see improvement in your muscle mass. It's the only way to grow muscle mass, really. You can't, you could do a different exercise, sure, but it's not going to target that muscle in the same exact way. So I understand the method to her madness. And yeah, the arms, oof, those arm sessions are not my favorite. And I have to say it was the same with the weight loss challenge. I found the arm and core training days, when those two muscle groups were paired together, I found those like the toughest days of her workouts. And I definitely am feeling that with the addition of weights. For her circuit training style of workouts, she moves so fast, from move to move. You can't really do super heavy lifting and do the chloetingchallenge. You really hurt yourself, that's just the reality. So I'm sticking to like 20 pounds as I'm moving through the circuits, which seems to be good. But I know that I can lift heavier than that. I know I have more strength than that. And that's why I chose to throw in the extra days of the heavy lifting with the Olympic bar. And I think that that's a good solution for me. Feels really good. I'm still getting that cardiovascular component from the circuit style training that she does, which, is great for fat burning. And that's kind of, it's an interesting thing, right? Because it's like the first two challenges I did was the weight loss challenge. And that was more heavy on the HIIT, the high intensity interval training, bringing in that cardio component. But you can actually get, quite a good result with fat burning from doing weight training circuit style, So I'm really interested to see, like, what is the difference between having the emphasis be on the strength training as in comparison to having more of a cardiovascular influence like we have with the first two rounds of the weight loss challenge. So I find this kind of stuff fascinating. I like to use myself as a guinea pig and just check out the results, see what's happening. And it also lets me know like the best way for me to move forward. And especially in my age bracket, once you're over 30 years old, you start to have a reduction in your bone density. You start to lose some of your muscle mass. So really the way to keep yourself fit and in shape as you get older is to put on that muscle. So I don't know. I have a feeling I'm going to have a really good result. I'm noticing just changes in my silhouette. It feels like already I'm seeing a big difference in just the quality of my tissues. It looks like things are firming up. I'm getting kind of like that cinching effect going on in the waist. I feel like my shape is really coming back. I'm just seeing everything kind of smooth out and firm up. And so I'm really like excited about that. And I am excited, to see the physical changes. I'm excited to see that result of the hard work I've been putting in. Food is going fine. I'm just in my flow. I'm glad that the cleanse is done for the Copper Reset program. I think that it's really interesting. Like I noticed just how much that did spark my cravings, even though it was only a week cleanse. Just to have that active rest week off and to have the desire to have treats. And I didn't have that the past, active rest week I had was really illuminating for me. And it just really shows me that it's best for me to just stick with intuitive eating in general. I mean, I do cleanse with the season changes. I will continue to do that. It does have value. I absolutely was able to really just let go a lot in my system that had been bogging down my, lymphatic channels and had been kind of impeding my circulation and just, a lot of internal congestion caused by AMA. And it felt really good to let that go. It felt really good to clear that out. But I'm glad that it's not like a regular thing, because I think about twice a year doing that is enough for me. It just really highlighted that for me, that when we like restrict things, when we tell ourselves we can't have something, it makes you want it more. And now that I'm just back to my usual eating pattern, my intuitive eating, I'm back to not craving that stuff. So it's pretty amazing to me, you know? It's pretty amazing to me the way that that all balances out. And yeah, I just prefer to listen to my body, you know? It makes things so much easier than following, you know, these real sort of restrictive plans. And I get it with the cleansing, and it is valuable. But, you know, for me, with my history and being at the place I am, where I've really come into balance in my relationship with food, I don't really overdo the stuff that bogs my body down anymore. So I don't know, I'm kind of like sitting with that, and I'm wondering, like, for me, how much value is there in doing this cleansing when I really do kind of have a nice healthy balance, where probably about 90% of what I eat is highly nutritious and really supports my body. And then I got, you know, I got this like 10% wiggle room for every now and then when I have a craving for something and I just want to treat myself. And I think that feels really good. So I don't know if I really need to do, you know, the dietary cleanse even twice a year, you know? Maybe doing the other aspects of panchakarma would be good, but I'm going to kind of sit with that and lean into that. And that's the first time that came up for me, and I just found it really interesting. Feeling really strong, so strong, you know, my stamina is really increased. My speed, my agility, my transitions are on point. I'm absolutely able to keep up with Chloe at this point, which is great. I know that she moderates her movement and she keeps it kind of a little bit more slowed down, you know, so that it's more accessible to everybody, no matter where they're at in their fitness level. And I appreciate that. It definitely was helpful for me when I was first starting. I am noticing now that I'm further into it, that I'm definitely beating her to the punch and getting to some of the next exercises. So for me, that's just the hugest thing, because I really had that as my main goal when I first started this challenge, was just to be able to flow with the transitions like her. So it's amazing. You'd be surprised how much you can turn your health around if you just really commit to showing up and pushing through, you know, the areas where you have some weakness. You know, I think it was really healthy for me to look at that and to acknowledge my limitations, and instead of viewing it as a frustration, to be inspired by it and say, okay, yeah, you know, I'm really struggling with this, and I can feel where my body's weak, and I feel where I need to train more. I feel, you know, sort of like where are my trouble areas in terms of my fitness, my vitality, and doing the work, you know, to strengthen those, and, you know, just showing up on the mat every day, you know, to do that workout and to give it my best shot. You know, I'm now at a point where I'm doing regular push-ups. I'm not doing the on my knee push-ups anymore. I was doing that for a bit. I've gone beyond that. Is it the most phenomenal, amazing push-up? No. I can still grow within that exercise for sure, but it's a huge improvement from where I was at. And I keep seeing the growth, and I'm inspired by it. And I'm going to see through, you know, my plan and kind of like the schedule that I have outlined at this point to do this Get Toned challenge, take my week of active rest, and then I'm going to hit up that, you know, 2-week summer shred challenge, and just really, you know, just give it a punch and see where I'm at once I hit the summertime. And then from there, I'm going to decide what I do next. Do I do more Ting challenges? Do I try something different? Do I mix it up? I don't know, you know, I might want to mix it up at that point. At that point, I will have been on Ting challenges for, gosh, you know, almost 4 months. So I might be ready to try something different, maybe just to break it up. Maybe I'll do something different in the summer and then come back, you know, for another round of a challenge with Chloe before my birthday in the fall. I don't know, we'll see. But that's about what I have to share. Going strong, feeling good. I'm gonna hit this one out of the park too. Gonna keep pushing it. I didn't actually get in any cardio. I did want to do maybe like a few days of dance, you know, throw that in. But really just getting into the strength training the first week, that was like enough for me. And I broke it up with walks and, you know, got in some you know, some gentle, you know, circulation promoting exercise, but nothing like high intensity interval training or anything like that. But once I add those dance drills in, that's definitely comparable to doing a HIIT workout as in terms of cardiovascular. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if I throw any in this week. I don't know if I will. She has us training super heavy this week. We have 6 days of strength training in a row right off the bat. And when I saw that, I was like, whoa, it's only week 2 and we're already doing that. Okay, so I got 1 day of active rest and my muscles are really feeling it. I am super sore. So I don't know if I will do any cardio this week, but I do plan on hitting it heavy with those supersets with the Olympic bar out back tomorrow for my lower body workout. And I'll get a second one of those in this week too. And then maybe that's how I'll bump it up. Week 3, week 4, maybe I'll throw in the dance drills. Just to get some cardio to really finish it up super strong and see how much transformation we can create. So that's my check-in. Feeling really good about it. Thank you to all of you who have been showing me support, who've been commenting and, you know, just sharing your experience. And I really appreciate it. And yeah, you know, give me a subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. I'm doing a lot of work here at Broad Coven. I'm bringing a lot of new things in. This is a big time of growth for me with the channel. I have a lot of stuff planned. This was just a way for me to sort of share my personal experience with you all. And I don't know if I'm going to keep these going on Broad Coven. I might move them over to my other gig, Cobra's Medicine Bag, because I feel like it's a little bit more aligned, you know, with health and kind of what I'm doing in that aspect of my work. But I did want to introduce you to me and sort of let you know who I am, give you a little window view into my personal experience and the stuff I'm working on in my life, because I do want to build community here. So for those of you who have been joining me, I do just really appreciate it. Just want to say thank you. And here I am in middle of week 2. I'll be back in next week and let you know how week 2 went, and gonna just keep it going strong. All right, take care. Have a beautiful day.